morning, everybody. Welcome to the GSM's Pride. This week, we are going to do evaluations. My question is to you, do you evaluate or talk to your employees about the progression they're making and give them goals for the next quarter? So once a quarter, basically what we do is each employee will get a self-evaluation form. They evaluate where they feel they're at and what they're doing, and also put up a couple of goals that they want to achieve in the next quarter. And then the managers of those groups or teams basically will go through and give their evaluation, and we'll sit down and have a conversation with them. Not too long, a couple of 10, 15, 20 minutes maybe, just to go through their self-evaluation and our evaluation of them. So the sales manager is obviously the sales team, and the service manager and parts manager will do the parts employees, and then the techs and the service riders, and I will do all the managers. So I'm going to show you what we do there. We'll talk about it a little later, and I'll see you all in a bit. So basically what we do is once a quarter we will get with each department manager, and they will get with their employees, and we'll review where they were at for the last quarter and where they plan on being for the next quarter. One thing we really think it's important to do that for the simple reason being it gives a little bit of feedback to the employee, and also we can get some feedback off them on where they think they're at, where they think they need to be, what they need to do to what they need to change.
Yeah, I like keeping up to date with the staff as far as their monthly reviews go. It lets me know where their head's at, lets me know what their goals are, and I can always go by their charts and adjust and give them pointers, and I always ask them for their feedback as well. And that's something I really like. So it's not necessarily so much as a team meeting, it's a one-on-one, so you get each person's individual responses on what they like, what they don't like, what they think we could change as a management team. And then we can also give our feedback of what we like, what we don't like, and what we think they could improve on as a salesperson. So it's nice to keep everybody up to date, but it's also nice to have those one-on-one conversations, because some people feel a little bit more comfortable speaking one-on-one as opposed to a big team event.
The review process is very efficient, very productive. It's a bounce back session between us and the management staff, and how we can improve and how they can help us, or we can help them improve. But for the most part, I've only worked at one other place besides this, and they didn't have a review process, but it's nice to get input from your peers.
It's kind of nice, so you get to look a bit inwards and review yourself. It's really more a self-evaluation than a peer evaluation in the end. I mean, yeah, you have some comments, but usually everybody's pretty aware of what they're doing and what they need to do, and it usually lines up pretty well. So I think it's better than just pure criticism or constructive criticism or whatever it would be. You can actually take the steps to do it yourself, and I think it helps stick with people a little bit better that way.
So you said it all lines up pretty well. Why do you think it all lines up pretty well? What gives that alignment?
I think because everybody has a common goal in mind, and they know what needs to be done to hit those goals. So they understand that this is what I have to do, this is what the managers expect of me, and everybody's just kind of on the same page there.
Well, communication is the biggest thing in a dealership, and we feel that we communicate probably more than we should. But in my opinion, more communication is better than no communication. There's nothing worse than a manager saying, well, I told you about this, and that was never communicated. At least if we're doing it on a regular occurrence and keep going back over the same thing, everyone really knows what they should do. So it's, I've always had, in the past, not at this organization, but managers pay bonuses specifically have been opposite ends of the spectrum. Well, we're not all running for the same thing, so it's kind of the same with the salespeople. If everyone knows where we're supposed to be running, we'll head towards the same goal. Yeah, we incentivize the things that are important to us at the time, or important to us as a whole.
Now, when you were a manager, did you do reviews with your staff people? Your staff when you did it?
Unfortunately, really the only time I did any kind of review was when I was showing them the front door. So thinking about it, in hindsight, it may have been easier to try to help give creative criticism.
You know, a lot of places they'll just let things ride out, and then, you know, terminations happen and they don't really communicate what the problems are and why they need to make these changes. So we feel that we're doing it every single quarter is good because it keeps the person on pace, on the right path, and then we can deal with any issues as they come up.
So this was as a manager, this was my first time having one done, and I thought it was really good to get a feedback of what I think I'm doing and then what they think I need to be doing or what I'm really doing good at. So for me, it's a really good process of learning and improving your skills.
The process as a whole is very similar. They'll all do what we call a self-evaluation, and then we'll do a manager evaluation. The difference with the manager one is there's a lot more results and numbers behind where they're at and where they need to be, whereas a salesperson's more about as a general sense how they feel, where they feel their training's at, what they need to do moving forward, all that kind of stuff. The manager's a little bit more specific on the fact that we need to look at these numbers or we need to work on certain things in their skill set.
So I pretty much just wanted to see what I can improve on from today and moving forward to make a better team, and even myself to be a better person in management.
So there we are for this week's vlog. Like I said at the very beginning, do you review your salespeople? Do you actually spend the time to talk to them, go through you know, what they're going through, what they need from you, where you think they are, where they need to progress to? I think it's really important that you do that for several reasons. You know, I was always taught that if you don't know the roadmap yourself, how do you know what road you're going down? So, you know, it's always nice to make sure everyone's on the same page. Same with the managers. Obviously, as you saw there, I recorded a couple of those reviews and we went through it. You know, and it's just good to keep them up to speed on where you want them to be and where they need to be. And also address any issues if there is any. If there's any issues that you need to address, you've got to get it out in the open. I think it's really important that you keep a good line of communication going so they know what's going on. Okay, so that's it. That's it for this week. Over on this side, I'm going to put up my subscription. On this side, I'm going to put up another video, and up in the top corner I'm going to put up a picture, another subscription to the Lou Fuse Ford page. And as always over at Lou Fuse Ford, you can replace the car, not the customer. Please subscribe, please put some comments in, please push that post notifications, and I'll see you all next week.